Welcome to the Compound Militia's BMX training YouTube site. My name is Paul Caldwell. I'm a vet pro racer, and I'm also the owner of Athletic Engineering, which is a sports facility that caters to training athletes of various sports. The purpose of this YouTube site as an extension off my Athletic Engineering site is to give the BMX community some clear and viable information about how to train for BMX. There's been such a proliferation since I returned to the sport in 2002 of misinformation that's basically been copied from the road cycling world and the mountain biking world and shaken up in a pot and hope that it would come out to make success. If you search the internet, there's basically a monopoly on information of those who believe that they're educated to train athletes, and the problem with this is these people, as well as the people who follow them, have mistaken success in sport for knowledge of how to train for sport. This is a big misconception. It's not just a problem in BMX, it's every sport. Whenever you have somebody who is reasonably competitive in a sport, that doesn't necessarily mean that they have the knowledge of how to train an athlete for the sport. A 100-meter sprinter who is a world-class runner does not always understand why he's fast. He just knows that he's fast. He does what his coach tells him, and he knows that he's fast. He can share his own experience with you, but he doesn't have the training, he doesn't have the experience to spread his knowledge and train unless he's had the proper education in human physiology, exercise science, and how to develop athletes of various sporting efficiencies and just basically a knowledge of what it takes to build the athlete, not just to run fast. Whenever you mistake success for knowledge, basically what you're doing is you're making yourself vulnerable to the possibility that the person doesn't know what they're talking about. And this is the problem that I have as a trainer and what I see available to BMX athletes who want to train. A lot of the stuff that they get is supposed to be personalized, but there's no personalization because prescribing someone a predetermined workload, for example, 5% of your 85% maximum for 5 sets of 5. While this looks good on paper and it really shakes things up and it makes the trainer look like they know what they're talking about, unless they're standing there and they can get a feel for what's going on with the athlete, they're just guessing that everything in the athlete's life is going to allow them to do this. The problem with this type of training is all the different variables that come into play in training an athlete, the physical stress, the education stress, perhaps they have a job, a family, all of the different things that can change your mood and your energy levels, they're totally thrown out the window. It's basically do what I wrote on the paper and, because I'm a genius, it's going to work out. That's not the way that it works. It's not the way that it works with training athletes. You've got to train and take the human component into consideration. So I've got a big problem with what's been available to the BMX public, and I'm going to share my information with you guys and help you make way through the fog and start getting some real continuous and lasting results that aren't going to be contingent upon you buying expensive training programs or gadgets to attach to the back of your bike. I'm going to give you guys the tools to assess where you are as an athlete and to help identify and plug the holes of your athleticism as far as BMX racing goes. Now, I do not claim to be a BMX coach. I've never been at the elite level of BMX racing, and I'm still in the learning process of how to ride my bike and race well myself. If you're looking for help on how to ride your bike, go to qualified camps. I highly encourage you to make the investment of qualified camps. Super Camp, Greg Hill seminars, the Jackals camps, John Purse. These guys are proven champions. These guys have won championships time and time again and have a wealth of knowledge that they share in their clinics. These are great resources. Although they cost money, this is hands-on training. These will provide any rider with so much information about how to approach racing from so many different viewpoints from proven champions. If you want to learn how to be a champion, the best way to do that is to go to a champion. So I highly encourage clinics. If you've got one available or you can make it to one, do it. What I'm going to do is what I do every day. I specialize in training athletes. My business is making athletes better at what they do. What we're going to do is we're going to give you the tools to become a better BMX athlete. What you do off the bike is going to apply on the bike. It's a marriage that cannot be denied. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys the tools that you need to do the things off the bike in order to be faster on the bike. What you do with this information is up to you. Stay tuned.